Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. And welcome to my video series, Problems with the Dragon Ball series and how we could fix them. In my last video I was talking about the Supreme Kais. And let me tell you guys something, I talked a lot in that one and it was about 30 minutes long. So if you guys want to go and check that out first, or if you're new to this series, please go and check out my other videos about Dragon Ball Z and how we could fix them. So with that said, let's resume with the video. Now the first one I would like to talk about is Frieza's business of conquering planets and selling them. As you can see in this panel, stated by Blueberry, it's the Frieza Force's job to conquer planets and sell them at a high price. And that's one of the things that really bothered me. Who is Frieza selling these planets to? Because it has been stated by the Supreme Kai that there's only 27 planets in the universe with the life on them. But in my previous video I did fix that, about the old 27 planets thing. And also, I thought Frieza was the Emperor of the Universe. Why does he need to sell them? I always thought that if he conquered a planet, he would add the conquered planet to his empire. So who exactly is Frieza selling these planets to after he conquers them? And again, considering that there's only 27 planets in the universe, stated by Shin. And that's number one. Who is the buyers that Frieza is selling these conquered planets to? That's one thing I would like to know. And with that said, let's move on to number two. Now, in the Dragon Ball Super manga, we see Frieza talking to one of his men, and he's been given an update about the prisoners who escaped the Galactic Prison and how they're running amok across the universe. And Frieza says that he doesn't want to get involved with criminals. And then Kikino says, but aren't we criminals? And when Kikino said that, I was like, hold on, this guy has been with the Frieza Force for years. We saw Kikino with Frieza when he was a kid. Kikino asking, aren't we criminals? Doesn't make sense. I mean, I could understand if it was one of Frieza's newer recruits who said this, but somebody like Kikino, who's been with the Frieza Force for years, who was asking, aren't we criminals? For me, I just thought it was stupid that Kikino would say this. Now to fix this problem, I think it should be one of Frieza's newer recruits who says this. And it's Berry Blue who informs the new recruits that it's just business. So yeah, I fixed that. Let's move on to number three. Now, number three is simple. We know Moro escaped from the Galactic Prison, and he also wished on the Namekian Dragon Balls that all the prisoners that was in the Galactic Prison was set free. And from what we've seen in the manga, Moro and these other prisoners are very, very powerful. But the Galactic Patrol was able to contain all these prisoners. And some of these prisoners are almost at Ultimate Gohan levels. And my issue is this. If the Galactic Patrol was able to contain someone like Moro and 7-3, you know what, I'm pretty sure that most of these prisoners are much more powerful than Final Form Frieza when he was on Namek. And that's pretty much the problem. If the Galactic Patrol was able to contain all these criminals, which is much more powerful than Final Form Frieza when he was on Namek, then why didn't the Galactic Patrol ever arrest King Cold or Frieza, or the Saiyans or any of his soldiers? Jocko said in the series that Frieza was very, very dangerous, and they wanted to avoid him. But the Galactic Patrol was able to contain villains that was much more powerful than Frieza before he got his golden form. Why didn't the Galactic Patrol ever deal with Frieza's family? Why not arrest them? I mean, if they're able to take down and contain all these other criminals, which was much more powerful than Frieza before he got his golden form, I mean, what's going on here? Is the Frieza Force bribing the Galactic Patrol? Because that's the only thing I could think of. If they know how dangerous Frieza is, then why didn't they arrest him and his father and or any of his ancestors? So yeah, that's the only explanation I can think of. Frieza's family was bribing the Galactic Patrol just to leave them alone. Maybe that's why the Frieza Force is selling planets at a high price, so they can give the money to the Galactic Patrol just to leave them alone. Again, that's the only thing I can think of. So with all that said, let's move on to number 4. Now this one has been bothering me for a very, very long time. How did Frieza know about the Super Saiyan and the Super Saiyan God in the Broly movie? Now in the movie, Bardock, the father of Goku, Frieza noticed that the Saiyans were getting stronger every single day. The Saiyans were conquering planets that was even too hard for Frieza's men to conquer. And so Frieza decided to blow up planet Vegeta with the Saiyans on it. And you know what? That was actually a really good explanation. Frieza was being cautious. Frieza knew if he continued letting the Saiyans live, over time they would get stronger, and it would lead to problems later on. So it wasn't the rumors of the Super Saiyan that led Frieza to destroy the Saiyans, it was the fact that they were getting stronger and stronger and stronger, even surpassing his own men at an accelerating rate. So to avoid this problem, he destroyed them. And in the Bardock film, that made sense. But in the Broly movie, Bardock was told by one of the other Saiyans that Frieza's men has been asking about the Super Saiyan. And then later on, we see Frieza in his ship, and Kikino is debriefing with Frieza about the Super Saiyan and the Super Saiyan God, which also doesn't make any sense. It would have been better if they just only said they was looking for the Super Saiyan. With the Super Saiyan, it's implied among Saiyans that only one Super Saiyan appears every 1,000 years, and not anybody can be a Super Saiyan. Now that I can believe. But as for the Super Saiyan God, in my headcanon, I like to think that the Super Saiyan God form was forgotten. Hell, even Vegeta didn't even know about the Super Saiyan God. So at the very least, Kikino should have said we couldn't find anything about the Super Saiyan, and was told by other Saiyans that the Super Saiyan was just a myth and legend. And even being told that the legendary Super Saiyan was just a myth. Frieza blew up Planet Vegeta anyways. But my question is this. Who told Frieza about the Super Saiyan or the Super Saiyan God in the movie? How did he catch wind about the Super Saiyan? Again, this is one of those questions that needs to be answered by the creator. But if we don't get an answer from the creator of Dragon Ball, in my headcanon, I like to think that a Tuffle survivor told Frieza's men that the Saiyans have a transformation that could overthrow him, called the Super Saiyan. For me, I just like this idea. I made a video about how the Tuffles could come back, so if you guys want to go and watch that video, please do. I'll leave a link in the description box below to that video. For me, I think it should have been one of the Tuffles that survived the extinction at the hands of the Saiyans, who told Frieza or told one of Frieza's men about this legendary form. So unless we get this question answered about where Frieza got this information about the legendary Super Saiyan, in my headcanon I'm going to say that it was one of the Tuffle survivors. Again, if you guys want to go and check out my other video, why the Tuffles should come back in Super, I'll leave a link in the description box below to that video. And the reason why I chose the Tuffle survivor, who informs Frieza about the Super Saiyan, is because the Tuffles have known the Saiyans for a very, very long time. And the Saiyans could have passed on stories, and or studied the Saiyans, and they learned about the Super Saiyan. So this Tuffle survivor knows about the Super Saiyan, and he passes this information on to Frieza. For me, I think this would be great to add into the story. And with that said, let's move on to the next one. Now the next thing I'd like to ask is, does Trunks know about Vegeta's past? Does Trunks know that his father, Vegeta, used to kill millions of people and used to work under Frieza? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because when we got to the Goku Black arc and young Trunks found out about future Trunks, young Trunks was shocked to find out who future Trunks was. So we can guess that nobody told young Trunks about future Trunks. And that got me thinking, what else didn't they tell Goten and Trunks? I'm pretty sure they didn't tell Goten about Raditz and how his uncle tried to kill their father. But what about young Trunks? Does he not know about Vegeta's past? Doesn't Trunks know about Vegeta's past, about how he used to work under Frieza and how he killed millions and millions of people? Because here's the thing, if Trunks doesn't know about Vegeta's past, on how he used to conquer planets and kill people, and how he used to work under Frieza, and that he's a descendant of planet conquestors, I think that this would make a very good story. How Trunks takes this all in. I mean, we could have an arc where we have an army of aliens from different races looking for the Saiyans who destroyed their own, and Prince Vegeta is on the top of their list, and they are looking for revenge against Vegeta. There is a potentially good story here. Trunks knew that Vegeta was a very stern and stubborn man, but he didn't know anything about Vegeta's past. Hell, I'm pretty sure that nobody told Trunks or Goten that Vegeta was the enemy at one point, and how he wanted to destroy Earth. And that's the thing, does Trunks and Goten know about Vegeta's past and Raditz, and how they're a descendant of planet conquestors? I mean, does he know, or will he ever know? That's what I'd like to find out. And if they were ever to introduce this idea into the main plot of Dragon Ball Super, I would like to know Trunks' reaction to Vegeta's past. So yeah, does Trunks know about Vegeta's past, and if not, will the idea of Trunks finding out Vegeta's past come into the series? Because I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Trunks' reaction, finding out that his father was a killer at one point. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And with that said, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one has been bothering me ever since the Goku Black arc in the manga, and it's about the Pitar Earrings and All-Koi. Now, to get the rules out of the way, when mortals fuse with the Pitar Earrings, their fusion only lasts for an hour, depending on how much power they're using. And when it comes to two Supreme Kois that's fusing, the two Supreme Kois fuse permanently unless an outside source, like a wish on the Dragon Balls, can separate them. In my opinion, I think the Pitar Earrings fusion should have been permanent for mortals as well. And if Goku and Vegeta wanted to separate, they could have asked Shenron to separate them. That, in my opinion, would have been a lot better. I hate that retcon. The fact that only mortals fuse with the Pitar Earrings only lasts for an hour. That's just stupid. Anyways, we know old Kai used to be a Supreme Kai, and later on he fused with a witch. And he's been fused like that ever since. And that witch isn't a Supreme Kai. She's just a human with powers. Now, if we was to have a look at Goku Black and Zamasu in the manga, these two fused, and then later on, they defused. Why is it that old Kai didn't defuse, but Goku Black and Zamasu defused? Basically, Goku Black is immortal, and Zamasu is a Supreme Kai. And old Kai used to be a Supreme Kai, and he fused with a mortal witch. So why is it that old Kai didn't defuse, but Zamasu did defuse? Now, to fix this problem, we could put it down to that Zamasu's power was so great, and he was so powerful, that the Pitar Earrings became unstable, and the Pitar Earrings forced Zamasu and Goku Black to defuse. And also, Goku Black being immortal could also be one of the other reasons. But we could put it down to Zamasu being extremely powerful, and it was also his mortal half that was destabilizing the Pitar Earrings. It could be a combination of the two. Oh, and also, I just want to add one more thing. I prefer the manga ending to the Goku Black arc than I do in the anime. I think it would have been a lot more better if they add an army of Zamasus going after Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, etc, etc. That, in my opinion, was a lot better than Infinite Zamasu. So, yeah. And while that's done, let's resume to the next one. Now, the next one is going to be another question. What is the overall purpose of the Pitar Earrings? And yes, I know they confuse people by having two people put one each on the opposite ear. And thanks to the retcon, mortals last for an hour, and Supreme Kais fuse permanently. And that's the question I like to ask. Why though? Why do Supreme Kais need or want to fuse with each other permanently? I mean, if you was to look at the time rings, their purpose is for Kais to go into the future and see how their creations will be like in the future, and they can use the time rings without distorting time, like with Trunks' time machine. But as for the Pitar Earrings, what is their overall purpose? Why do Supreme Kais have to or need to fuse with each other permanently? What is the overall purpose of the Pitar Earrings? Again, I know they confuse people, but why do Supreme Kais need or have to fuse together permanently? So yeah, that's basically it. What is the overall purpose for Supreme Kais to fuse permanently with the Pitar Earrings? So yeah, that's basically it. This is a question that I'd like to have an answer to. And with that said, let's move on to the next one. Why doesn't Old Kai unlock the potential of the Dragon Team? We all know that Old Kai unlocked Gohan's potential, and he became Ultimate Gohan. I mean, can you guys imagine what Goku or Vegeta's unlocked potential would be like? Since Goku and Vegeta are always training, and their base forms are much more powerful than what Gohan's was in the Buu Saga, and considering that Goku and Vegeta have the powers of a Super Saiyan God, can you guys imagine how powerful those two would be if Old Kai unlocked their full potential? However, I am a bit worried about this, because let's just say for example that Goku and Vegeta did ask Old Kai to unlock their full potential. Would that mean there would be no more Super Saiyan forms and all their power would be in their base form? Because I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like the fact that Goku and Vegeta's full power would be in their base forms. You know, something similar to Ultimate Gohan. Seriously, I don't think I would like for Goku or Vegeta to have all their full power in their base forms. You know, no more transformations. However, if Old Kai was to unlock both Goku and Vegeta's unlocked potential, I think that their unlocked potential should be different to Gohan's. Gohan was a half-human, half-Saiyan hybrid, so the unlocked potential might actually be different to Goku and Vegeta's unlocked potential. Like maybe Goku and Vegeta's base forms are as powerful as Ultimate Gohan's, but they are able to transform into their Super Saiyan forms and their Super Saiyan God forms. You know, putting their Super Saiyan forms on top of their Ultimate forms. That is something I would love to see. Not only should Goku and Vegeta should have their unlocked potential unleashed, but I think most of the Dragon Team should have their unlocked potential unleashed. You know, like Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, Krillin, Piccolo. Or what about this one? What if Old Kai used his unlocked potential powers to unlock Beerus's unlocked potential? That would be awesome. Maybe Goten and Trunks, and maybe future Trunks. In fact, I think Ultimate Trunks would have been a lot more better than Super Saiyan Rage. In my opinion, Super Saiyan Rage, I mean, it looks cool, but it's never explained what it is, what its multiplier is, and it's just a major ass pull. I would have preferred it if future Trunks had his unlocked potential unleashed. At the very least, it would have made a lot more sense. I prefer unlocked potential future Trunks than Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. Maybe Buu could have his potential unleashed, 17 and 18. You know, basically every single fighter on the Dragon Team. At the very least, fighters like Krillin and Yamcha and Tien, or heck, even Master Roshi. If they had their potential unleashed, then at the very least, they could stand up to villains who is as powerful as Super Perfect Cell, at the very least. So yeah, in the future of Dragon Ball, I would like to see all the Z Warriors have their potential unleashed by Old Kai. Hell, even when Old Kai said that he could unlock their full potential before the tournament, Goku said they wouldn't have time to do it. So I'm pretty sure Goku would jump at the chance to have his full potential unlocked. And not just Goku and Vegeta, but the other members of the Dragon Team. So yeah, I would like to see everybody's unlocked potential unlocked by Old Kai, just like what he did with Gohan. And with that said, let's move on to the final one. Why doesn't Goku teach everybody the Kaioken? The Kaioken would be useful for the Dragon Team. In fact, why didn't King Kai ever teach Tien or Yamcha or Chaozu the Kaioken when they was dead in the Namek Saga? I mean, not all movesets doesn't have to be taught to only Goku. The Kaioken could be a very useful technique for the Dragon Team. Why doesn't Goku ever teach everybody the Kaioken? This, in my opinion, would be interesting for a few reasons. Let's just say, for example, Goku teaches the Kaioken to Piccolo, Vegeta, Gohan, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, basically everybody who's on the Dragon Team. Now, it's been said by Goku that the Kaioken cannot work on top of the Super Saiyan forms, except the God forms, which won't be a problem because, well, I mean, Goku and Vegeta and Broly are the only remaining Saiyans left, including a few half-breeds, so really that wouldn't be a problem. But the interesting thing would be if Goku did teach Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, Chaozu, Piccolo, Gohan, Vegeta, Master Roshi. If Goku was to teach this technique to the Dragon Team, we could see how far they could go with the Kaioken. Like maybe Yamcha could only go Kaioken times 5, Krillin can only go Kaioken times 10, or hell, maybe Piccolo could even go Kaioken times 20 too. Yes, you heard me right. Maybe, just maybe, Piccolo might be able to go surpass Goku's Kaioken times 20. What I'm trying to say is, each character can only go so far with the Kaioken because they can't handle the strain of what the Kaioken can do for them. Like maybe over time, maybe like a few months or a few years, some of the Dragon Team is able to push past their limits on how much they can use with the Kaioken. Like maybe Yamcha could only go Kaioken times 5, and he can't go past that because it's too much for him. But maybe gradually over the years, he's able to go Kaioken times 7 or Kaioken times 8. It varies from person to person. I mean, it might take a few days for Vegeta to master the Kaioken within a few days. Or maybe Piccolo can surpass the Kaioken times 20. We've only ever seen Goku use the Kaioken times 20, and that's how far he is able to go in his base form and in his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. Like maybe the other Dragon Team could surpass that number. Like maybe some of the Dragon Team can only go Kaioken times 5, and it takes them a long time to actually go to the next step. In my opinion, that would be interesting. Or even better, how cool would it be if everybody on the Dragon Team had their unlocked potential unleashed, and they put the Kaioken on top of that? That, in my opinion, would be awesome to see. Can you imagine Gohan using the Kaioken while he's in his ultimate form? And even though the Kaioken is very dangerous, the Dragon Team over the years could overcome their limits on how much they can take the Kaioken and getting their bodies used to the Kaioken. So can you guys imagine Old Kai's unlocked potential and putting a Kaioken on top of that? That, in my opinion, would be a huge boost. And this will make all the Dragon Team catch up to Goku and Vegeta. They wouldn't remain weak. They would be able to take on much more powerful foes. In my opinion, I would love to see everybody on the Dragon Team learn the Kaioken and have the unlocked potential unleashed. That, in my opinion, would be awesome. Well, that's it for me. I will be making more videos on the problems the Dragon Ball franchise has and how we could fix those problems. And I'd also like to ask you guys, what do you think about these problems I fixed? Or these questions that we never got answer to? Or is there a question in the Dragon Ball franchise that you wish you had an answer to? Or a problem in the Dragon Ball franchise that you wish that was fixed? Please leave comments in the comment sections below, and I just might put them in the next video. I hope you guys like this video. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.